Hey guys, Psychic117 here. Here to do another random movie review. And this time it is going to be another movie I watched off of Netflix, and it is another animated comic book movie. And this time it's Marvel. And I saw this a while back when it first came out on DVD. I rented it and I watched it, and I loved it. And I just saw it on Netflix, and I said, "Oh, wait, I remember that." So I watched it again, and I'm here to give my review of Hulk versus. Now, Hulk versus is a story, or two stories of course, the Incredible Hulk going up against two of Marvel heroes, Wolverine and Thor, the God of Thunder. The first story is Hulk versus Thor, which I think is like an epic battle where Wolverine is just a gory, balls to the wall battle. But let's go to Thor first. And it's not just an all-out battle. Each episode, if you can call it that, has its own like kind of story. Like they fight, but it has another story, which I think was really, really interesting. That other than just release, oh hey, let's make these two heroes fight and have them fight for no purpose whatsoever, but they do have a purpose for fighting. And first, let's start out with Hulk versus Thor. And so the story of Hulk versus Thor starts off with an opening of the Rainbow Bridge, which is beautiful and amazing. And it starts off with in Asgard with the voiceover from Loki. Talking about the Odin sleep. If you don't know the Thor lore or anything from the mythology from Thor, the Odin sleep is where the Allfather Odin sleeps and regains his power. Regains his power to recharges himself basically to protect the whole land, and where he sleeps for a certain amount of time, and that's basically a window of opportunity for the Frost Giants, the Dark Elves, and every other wicked force of the Nine Realms to take over Asgard and, just basically take Odin's place. But that's usually a hard time, and it's a cycle. It starts over and over again. And then it's in the beginning it's a montage of this huge battle at the gates of Asgard, and there's some cameos in there for special Thor, for hardcore Thor fans. I noticed only one. There's the Frost Giants, there's Dark Elves, and a bunch of other ones I bet you that I probably missed because I'm not a hardcore fan. By the way, this review is going to be a bit long, and I'm not going to make it like 20 minutes because that's what my Thor movie review was, and I know you guys don't want a long review, so I'm going to make this quick. And so in this battle, there's Thor. It's almost the end of the Odin sleep, which Thor is relieved, and he's just tired of doing the same thing over and over again. Like, why do we have to do this? I wish the cycle would end, and all this madness would and we wouldn't lose anyone else. And then he's reminded that if the cycle ends, a new Ragnarok will emerge, and basically the end of time. And he's like, "Oh, you're right. So I guess it's gonna have to be like this forever." And then he goes off with Sif and looks over Odin. Meanwhile, Bruce Banner gets abducted by Loki and the Enchantress, and I'm just gonna say the Enchantress is freaking hot in this. I know she's animated, but holy crap, I've never been so much in love with an animated person. That might sound weird, but hey, we're all our own people, whatever. But Bruce Banner is taken to Asgard by Loki and the Enchantress for yet another one of Loki's plans to overthrow Thor and to destroy him initially. So Loki. So this is the reason why Hulk is fighting Thor. And so what Loki does is that he separates Bruce Banner and the Hulk, and and Loki takes control of the Hulk, and he makes the Hulk go into Asgard, and basically beat the shit out of Thor. But first he kicks the shit out of the Warriors 3 and Heimdall. And the battle scenes with Hulk, and if it's with Thor or with any of other Asgardian warriors, they are epic, dude. Like, they are on an epic scale. Like, he just don't use it as fists, he uses weapons, he uses like this wooden pole, he uses the environment around him, he's the Hulk. And then it initially goes, and then Thor gets women, doesn't know what's happening, and he's all like, and then he's carrying Heimdall in his, or if it's Balder, I don't know, I think it's Balder. God, I always mix up those two. It's Balder in his shoulders, and he's so like, he's nothing I've ever seen before. And then Thor gives out one of the best and kind of like shivering lines ever. This is no normal enemy we face now. The Hulk has come to Asgard, which basically means, uh-oh, we're fucked. Because he knows that Hulk is an unstoppable force, and he's basically a one-man army, and Thor has to take this on. And I'm just going to say this right now. The battle with Thor and Hulk is the most epic, greatest battle I've ever seen in all my life. It's just beautifully done. That sequence is beautifully done, and it shows how Loki is controlling Hulk, and every movement Loki does, Hulk mimics it, but of course, like any other Loki of Loki's plan, it turns sour. He has Thor unconscious, and Mjolnir, his hammer. For any of you who don't know what Mjolnir is, that is the name of Thor's hammer. And Mjolnir's on the ground, and he's all like, "Come to me, Mjolnir, and together we will beat Thor." And so he tries, as the Hulk, he tries to lift the hammer, and he gets angry and angry because it won't lift, and the Enchantress warns him that his own anger fuels Hulk, and that she could feel the spell binding Loki and Hulk breaking. And this is the most coolest lines, Loki and the coolest line in the movie in Hulk vs. Thor for me. So Loki is picking up the hammer, he's struggling, he screams, "I shall have this hammer!" And then Thor gives the greatest comeback ever. And then Mjolnir flies from underneath Loki's hands, and then Thor unleashes, Thor gets it back, and he says, "Nay, you shall have its thunder," which I was all like, yes. And then he strikes Hulk with this humongous lightning bolt. I'm sorry, and yes, I just said humongous. And it is powerful. And the rest of the scene, the rest of the battle, it's, oh my God. Let's just say Thor is on his knees and at death's door. And that's all I'm gonna tell about the story about you guys, so you guys can watch it. I'm not gonna spoil anything here. Plus, also because I gotta review the other story, Hulk versus Wolverine. And so I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then moving on, Hulk versus Wolverine. And as I said, Hulk versus Thor was like a more epic battle. This is a more gory, more balls to the wall battle, you know. And of course, this takes place before the X-Men, where Wolverine was kind of like a lone wolf, and he did work in Canada under the advisement of Department H. And it starts off with Logan, aka Wolverine, just like in a helicopter, meeting up with Department H and the head of Department H, and he's in this destroyed village in Canada, and the general told him what happened, that apparently Hulk has come to Canada and he tore the town apart. And Wolverine's mission is to hunt down the Hulk, basically. So he goes to the Canadian wilderness, the countryside, and he hunts down the Hulk. At first it's just him running around the forest, but then he finds this massive hole where Hulk landed from his super high jump, and then he follows it and he finds Bruce Banner, and so they have this back and forth conversation. And then Wolverine just thinks he's a regular person, and Banner starts crying, and he tells Wolverine to stay away from him and that he's dangerous. And Wolverine, of course, being the badass, he's like, yeah, whatever, fuck you, kid. And so when he was back at the destroyed village or city, he picked up a toxic scent that he used to track the Hulk. And when he was talking to Banner, he smelled, because we all know Wolverine has like senses on steroids and whatever, and so he smells it on Banner. He's like, wait a minute, you're the Hulk. And so she's like, where's the Hulk and all this? And so he pops out 2 claws, like, okay, there's a third one coming out, and he makes Banner angry, and this is where the madness ensues. The Hulk gets out and knocks out Wolverine like 50 feet in the air, knocks him unconscious, and I like the way they set it all up. And then the battle from there is just gory and amazing. And there's this sequence that I love where they fight underwater. They throw punches underwater, and it's amazing. And I just love how for Wolverine it was all nitty gritty and bloody, and because he has claws, of course he's going to use them. It shows like when he drives in he punishes the Hulk, and Wolverine gets punished by Hulk too. And all this, the battle routine is amazing. But like I said, there's a reason why they're fighting, and the main reason is Weapon X is involved. And yes, when I say Weapon X, I mean Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, Omega Red, and everyone's favorite Deadpool, voiced by the god of voice talent, Nolan North. And I have to say, my favorite character besides Wolverine was Deadpool, thanks to Nolan North. Deadpool has the funniest monologues in this movie, and it just made me laugh out loud. He has the funniest lines, and Nolan North is the best choice for Deadpool, and I couldn't agree more. So once again, I'm just going to leave it at that, so you guys can just watch the movie, and I'm just going to tell you what I thought. All in all, Hulk vs. Thor and Hulk vs. Wolverine, pretty solid Marvel animated movie. It has fights, it has story, and the animation is beautifully done, and an amazing narrative, and I just love it. For me, Marvel's Hulk vs. is a perfect 5 out of 5 animated movie, and I just can't wait. And see, I love Marvel animated movies, but I haven't watched a lot of them lately, and this is one of the examples why I love them. This is the standard. Like, this, for me, I love it, and I think all you guys should check it out. Just whenever you're alone on Friday night or have nothing to do or just bored and just want some superhero action, it's probably cheap out in stores or whatever, or just pop Hulk vs. Thor, or look it up on Netflix, and you'll just have a great time, and it has a lot of laughs in it, and all in all, I love this movie. I recommend it. Thumbs up from the big fat nerd himself. So that's my review of Hulk vs. Hopefully it is not a long review, and thanks for watching, guys. Go down in the comments and tell me if you watch Hulk vs. Thor, what have you liked about it, and what you hate about it, and what you wanted to see, and what are the characters you liked. Like, what do you think of the battle, of the stories behind each one of them, the animation, what you think about all of it, just basically Hulk vs. in general. And please subscribe, and please like the hell out of this video, please, and please subscribe and support my videos. But other than that, I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching. Nerd out, guys.